All right, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about 125 and honestly the big problems with it. So I've had about 2 good days of farming with it and I'm not in my regular setup because I'm out of town. So for right now, I can't really record on my PC, but I'm going to record on my laptop. So here we are, bit of a different setup, but I did this back in January, right after Julius's release. So y'all are used to this already, which was crazy. That's when they revealed Mario. So it's kind of crazy to think. So maybe, we're going to get Black Divider Asta's full reveal now, maybe, now that I'm gone again 5 months later. But yeah, we're gonna go into all that good stuff. Honestly, 125 is it's a bit rough. Okay, it's a bit rough. I've had 2 good days of testing. Okay, I started off with 56, more like 60k stamina around, and pretty much I've depleted almost half of it. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of grinding, and sorry about that. I'll be able to give you my full thoughts. Now, if there is background noise, I do apologize. I tried to put the music good. But let's get into it. Basically, Ali shared me this image. Ali Khan, the mono red person who you've seen on this channel a bit, 110k CC Black Asta, or as he likes to say, 111k. But now with Transcendence, that's a lot higher. So the problem with Transcendence isn't even the Yule. First of all, I talked about it in my last video. It takes 13 million Yule for one unit. But now on JP, with 125 units, we're going to go into the best units, by the way, to transcend. But right now, they basically buffed the amount of Yule you get. And now I'm getting about 7.7 million in 150 runs, like 50 times 3 runs. So it's like the Yule isn't even that bad, right? That's not even the problem. The problem is the XP. To get the amount of XP pots you need to use 18,000 stamina for one level 125. For one. Guys, I have 56,000 stamina. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? I was so shocked. I was absolutely shocked. And they added a new pack, which I'm going to pull it up. Hopefully I don't mute my mic again. I have to restart, but basically they give you this pack for like 5 million Yule. Well, basically it's like 50 times you could buy it, but in total for 5 million Yule, you get this. This is enough for maybe 5 levels or 6, maybe 10. This is 10 levels, guys. This is, it takes so much XP that I don't even know like what's going to happen if it comes to global. Okay. If it comes to global, I know Garena is a lot smarter than big games, and I know you guys might feel like that's not true, but it just is. I'm not even going to get into it, but I could just go on a probably 30-minute rant about that for the past year and compare, right? But I know that Garena won't make it that bad, and if they do, y'all better quote me, okay? I'm expecting that if I'm wrong to be quoted, all right? I'll be flamed, that's fine, but I know I'm not going to be flamed because I know I'm right. So the amount of XP it takes is absolutely absurd, especially next to the amount of Yule that it takes. I just don't even get what the point is because you're using literally so much Yule and XP just to get the unit to 125. And then afterwards it's like, oh yeah, there's going to be some units that you could grind better with thanks to that. So what I'm going to show basically is, for example, okay, I know Pride 1 looks a bit weird, I know, bear with it. So for example, Mars. Okay, Mars is a unit that once he gets to 125, he unlocks a passive, which by the way, they're all on Pride 1. He unlocks a passive where you get 20% more Yule. Now these stack, so in total, you're able to get a total of 80% Yule increase. They wanted to get rid of the system. They wanted to get rid of the hot time system where you get the buffs, right? The periodic buffs that Global currently has for this. But you're telling me you're getting rid of the buffs and now you're making it where we have to grind and use literally days worth of XP, weeks worth of XP just to get less than we had before. Because remember, Yule hot time is 100%. Now the amount of gold we're getting is max 80% after literally giving an arm and a leg to get those 4 grinding units to level 125. You're using, what, 46 million gold, okay? Literally, what, how much worth of stamina? 72,000 XP worth, 72,000 stamina is worth XP to get these units up, only to get less gold increase. So for the grinding purpose, it sucks, okay? I'm getting about 7 million gold every 150 runs, 50 times 3, but it just doesn't feel that worth it because especially for the XP is the problem, guys. I'm fine with the gold. Like, yes, it sucks that we're getting less gold than we used to, for sure, but at least it's constant. That's the one good thing. But the amount of XP potions is rough, guys. It's so rough. I could do 300 runs and I'm getting up 2 levels. 2 levels out of 125. It's not that good. Now, What I can say, I do like the 125 system, and I'm going to talk about why. Beside like the actual system, if we count like in a nutshell, if everyone is up, it is good. So there's a couple different things. So first of all, some units were completely buffed. So I'm going to pull up, we'll pull up Asta. Oh, did not mean to. I opened it up in a new tab. So we'll pull up Asta. We'll pull up Jack. We'll pull up a Fest. So we'll pull up Yuno. I want to pull Yuno up. So we'll pull Yuno up. We'll pull Yami up, and then we'll pull up. Who else? I mean, also there is gear. There's gear bonuses now. The gear is way better. Before it was 50%. Now it's 80 total. You have to get 4 units up, but then it becomes 80% total, which is better. I don't get. Tell me how the gear increase and the Yule increase is the same. Before, the hot time gave 100% Yule, 50% gear. So why is it not double the amount of Yule? Like, why is it not 40% Yule per person? Doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, let's start with Asta. So basically, you get stats as you level up, but I'm not talking, like, you get these stats, okay? Plus also just stats as you level up, as you usually do. But then they give you these stats. So for example, Asta gets 20,000 HP at level 105 and 110. This basically changes the game. Okay, this, as Mtast likes to say, this changes everything. Why do I say this? Because the amount before, remember when Gear Transcendence came out, the amount of DPS went up much higher than the amount of actual tankiness before. Okay, what I mean by this is because people were running speed equipment a lot, more people had higher DPS at the beginning of Transcendence. Now people migrated to running tanky builds on their supports. But before, right? Oh, I mean, actually, no, this still applies. So on DPS, before Transcendence, before Gear Transcendence, DPSs were not killing other attackers as quick, okay? Because the attackers were still running DPS gear. So there was no tankiness, but still, even because there was no tankiness, you had less attack stats, so you were not killing. But then Gear Transcendence came out. The attack stats went up. Hold on. And the attack stats went up. So then once the attack stats go up on the DPS, but the defensive stats don't go up as much because you're mainly focusing on attack, then that means you're going to be able to kill even quicker. But now they did the reverse. They increased the amount of HP, but barely increased the amount of attack on every unit. Because Transcendence will slightly increase your attack, but out of everything, it's mainly increasing your defensive stats, being HP and other stuff on other units. So because of that, every unit, even DPSs, are going to be tanking and not being one-tapped as much, which is going to create a slower meta. Now, what is this going to allow? This is going to allow for them to actually start releasing DPSs that are able to do more stuff. So for example, they might have like 400% damage ultimates instead of 200%. They might have like an extra 5,000 attack stats, and they might be able to just power creep the game in terms of damage. And why won't it matter? Because 125 is out, so they'll be able to take more damage in general. Which is why I like this, because I was so scared of how they were going to do power creep. Because what could you do, right? 90% damage reduction. The only way you could go up is really increasing the stats, which is the way they decided to go. So that's fine. Now, Asta, what's really cool is he actually gets an extra passive at 125. Certain units do get this, so if you want to check all of them, you could go on Pride Win, just go through it, have fun. But for example, level 125 gives him an extra turn when he uses his skill 2. And this is pretty cool, okay? Because his skill 2, remember, where's my, I don't know where, hold on guys, I'm really bad at using this. So the skill 2 already gives him increased attack. So then what he could do now is skill 2 and then alt, which is what you usually want to do. And what's really cool about that is you could skill 2, okay, you get another turn, so you get the attack increase, then you alt someone else, and then you get another extra turn if they're above 80% HP. So you can get 3 turns in a row. And if you have your skill 2 cooldown, then you might get the skill 2 again, and then get the alt to use the skill 1. So it's a pretty cool combo. The same thing kind of applies for Jack, where for him, he gets an extra turn when using skill 2 too, but for him it's even better because he gets the miscalculation stack, and if he's max dupe, that means right away, first turn, he gets the 3 stacks, and then he gets to do the big boy damage of 500% damage increase. Now what I wanted to mention for Yuno was that like the fests get certain stats that are a bit different. So let me pull up a unit that doesn't have anything added. I don't know who doesn't. I don't think, does Charlotte? I don't think Charlotte has it, right? Yeah, so you see here, someone like Charlotte only gets 10k HP. Yuno gets 20k. Now, Asta also got 20k, but he's an earlier unit, so I think that's why. But you could see here that, like, they get, the fests all get 20k HP, which is just going to mean Black Asta and Mario are just super tanky now. If we go to Black Asta and Mario, all the fests get the same amount of stats at 125. So they get, well, the same here. So basically they get the HP, then they get the speed plus 2, which everyone gets, which means now, yes, speed is being power crept. But then if you check it out, right, damage res here. So whatever your level 115 passive is, the 120% passive is also, the level 125 passive is going to be. I don't know where Spirit Dive went, but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And then this one is the most surprising of all. It gives 20% mobility at the start of the battle, outright. And remember, he has silence. He has silence. He's just going to be ready, you know, but without mono teams. So yeah, he might actually be good with Noel. Surprisingly, like turn 1 silence, hello. And it's SP -3. This actually is going to be really good. Okay, sorry, SP -4. Guys, I actually think Yami could be pretty decent. Like, come on, that's pretty cool, right? So yes, this stuff is great. The fact that they actually are buffing stuff, making stuff unique. There's also some other ones, but I just wanted to talk about that. It's pretty cool. I'm very hopeful that things get changed, okay? It needs to either be where they increase the amount of XP we get from XP stages by 4, okay? If they don't increase it by 4, it's not even gonna be, it's just gonna be too much, okay? It's gonna be too much. I'm gonna be grinding literally for the rest of my life to get every SSR I need up. All right, it's bad. It's really bad. I'm just gonna say right now, it's fucking horrible. So they need to change that badly. If they do, I'm fine with it. Okay, we need to get more XP. And the Yule for me is starting to be fine. Okay, we get 4 million Yule daily from King Wolf. We get a good amount of Yule now from the XP stages. 7 million and 50 times 3 is pretty good. Like, I'm able to stay pretty consistent with my Yule, but I have to grind a lot. So for right now, it is really rough. Let me know what you guys think though. Like 18,000 stamina just to level up 1 unit is a lot, right? It's a lot. Just to get the XP potions you need, it's a lot. But the rest, I think, is really cool. They're bringing the meta towards a nice light. Everything's looking really nice for that, but it's just hard to really showcase because they can't fucking get everyone up. But yeah, I'll end it there. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.